Vucevic. Fournier out there with Fultz, and it's Isaac in at the small forward position. And for the Pistons, on the front line, the talented duo of Griffin and Drummond. Reggie Jackson out there with Derrick Rose, and it's Brown in at the small forward. Now here's Drummond. Launches it, and that's good. Reggie Jackson for three. Clark up front. That's where the game will likely be won or lost in this one.
Great talent, no doubt, on the front lines here. But if for some reason they cancel each other out, then you know where it's going to be decided, in the backcourt with guys about your size, Kevin.
Wait a minute. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Rose, a very solid floor general. I think that's an underrated part of his game. He's excellent at finding his teammates.
Fultz looking around to the paint. And it's Vucevic missing.
You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Yes, he does, Kevin. Love seeing Griffin finish with power at the rim. Awesome at throwing it down when he's in this deep.
Now here's Fournier. Will it go? That shot no good. Griffin with some nice D. To the right side. Drummond. Great positioning on the putback.
This is what Drummond is known for, fellas. I mean, assertive, aggressive, relentless, hard-working. He's just a dogged offensive rebounder.
Now here's Fultz. Outside Fournier. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got his fifth rebound in this one. Brown, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And a not-so-bright spot for the Magic last season. Too many mistakes.
Well, that comes with a young roster, guys. You know that. There's no way to gain experience other than through time and repetition. These guys are still learning, refining their games, but I think the trade-off is worth it because the future is really bright.
That free throw good from Brown.
And you talk about the best defensive head coaches in the league. Steve Clifford has to be on that short list.
I would agree with you, partner. I mean, his teams play hard, they play smart, they play with discipline, and that usually is a reflection of the coach, and a good one.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Derrick Rose. And Brown drops them both, and it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. The Pistons head coach and I did get a chance to talk. He talked about the impact that Aaron Gordon can have, saying he's built for today's game with his mobility and strength. We've got to match his activity out there to have success. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Detroit making a switch here. Doom Boy is checked in. Pass to Vucevic. Count it.
Well, that's just strength there. That's what we call weight room. The power of Vucevic on display.
Pistons have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Jackson passes to Griffin. Over Gordon. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Griffin's got 6.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling. Off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Fultz the pass to Fournier. Lays it up off the glass.
The penetrating game, the ability to get inside off the dribble, very important for this team. And Fournier is brilliant when it comes to slicing up the defense with his drive.
And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him. And that sends Reggie Jackson to the free throw line. It's on Markelle Fultz. Detroit shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role.
To the middle with 4 seconds on the clock. Here's Vucevic. The basket good off the assist from Fultz.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Andre Drummond says he's learned how to be a leader on this team.
Watching previous guys who've led this team and did the things that they did, I write that kind of stuff in the back of my head and just say, this is something I need to do this. Or if I see something I didn't like, this is something I probably will stay away from. And I think now that I'm in a role where I could kind of lead this team, I kind of have the blueprint on what I need to do to make this team successful.
And, Greg, with Blake Griffin, he's got somebody to take some of that leadership role alongside him.
And those two will be pivotal in deciding just how good this team can be.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Detroit.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
It also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the floor for Detroit, Jackson and Kennard pair up at the 1 and the 2. On the front line, the talented duo of Griffin and Drummond. And it's Doumbouya in at the 3, the small forward. A lot of players keep track of their stats, their own team stats. But, Clark, how much do guys pay attention to stats in game?
I have no idea. I mean, I know stat sheets are given to the coaches during the timeouts throughout the game, but I don't think players in general are able to monitor their numbers. Now, there are exceptions to every rule. I imagine every team may have a player or two that can chart his numbers during the game, but the vast majority are too occupied with playing the game to keep up with the stats.
And they're looking up at the scoreboard, too, aren't they? Because they give individual stats up on the boards.
Oh, man. I tell you that, and then watching replays is one of my pet peeves with players. I mean, They should just focus on playing the game instead of always looking up to see if they fouled or not.
Langston Galloway's checked in for the Pistons. Al Farouk Aminu, he's checked in for Orlando. Michael Carter-Williams comes in for Evan Fournier. Here's Carter-Williams, and it's sent back by Drummond.
A high motor keeps Drummond engaged defensively. He doesn't want to let any shots go in.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. That one drops for him.
Typically, guys, Augustine is setting others up. Nice to see him get a pass himself and drill the shot.
Well, you look at the former All-Star Andre Drummond and the way he rebounds, Greg. He might be the best in the league in that department.
I mean, few players in the history of the league can go off for 20-plus rebounds on any given night. Drummond's one of them. Attacks the glass on the offensive end so well. His offensive rebounding, for me, sets him apart.
Here's Augustine. Not going to go that time. Now the Pistons take it the other way. Inside, here's Griffin, and the slam by Blake Griffin.
Talk about execution on the offensive end. They're leaving nothing on the table right now.
Yep, they're starting to stretch this lead out. Too much offense to keep pace with.
And Augustine kicks to Ross. Floats one, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the foul against Detroit.
Great appreciation for Ross. Never afraid of going into the contact on the way up. Well done.
This is his first free throw of the game.
shooting 2.
And the first one drops for the Magic. Vucevic, he's checked in for Bamba. Jonathan Isaac comes in for Michael Carter-Williams. And it's Fulton for Augustine. And both free throws good for Ross.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock, and Jackson gets it to go.
Well, not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Fultz with the ball. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. From deep three-point range, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Detroit Pistons with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Reggie Jackson has been sensational.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Tipping off the second half, here's Steve Clifford's 5. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Fournier out there with Markelle Fultz, and it's Isaac in at the 3. Fournier passes to Vucevic. Outside Gordon. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. 5 on the clock. Here's Fultz. Some solid defense from Brown.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
And for the last half decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
And that one, good. Fultz has got his first basket of the night.
You know, Fultz handles contact really well for a young player. Excellent at staying under control and then finishing through the contact.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency. But players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. And some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. A challenging stretch here for Orlando. Augustine looking around. There's the pass to Vucevic. Down low, here's Gordon, and he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
It's never easy in the NBA, folks. I mean, great job by Gordon to just dismiss the contact and still score.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Evan Fournier. The NBA does have a Most Improved Player of the Year award. They don't have a Comeback Player of the Year award. But, Clark, if they did, it would most certainly have gone to Derrick Rose last season.
Could not agree with you more. I thought he had a tremendous season, really burst back in a big way. It was a huge factor. Tremendous production once again from him, and you just hope that he can stay healthy and the injuries are completely behind him for the rest of his career.
The free throw drops for Rose.
And boy, what a year it was for Derrick Rose. And the sea of fans hoping that he would get back to what he once was, as he was electric.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Terrence Ross is checked in for the Magic. Both good from the line that time. And for Rose, so many had written him off, but he was a huge factor for the Timberwolves.
Rose still has a tremendous passion for the game, and it really shows on the court. His renaissance last season was one of the better stories in our league.
Here's Vucevic, count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Man, like the way Vucevic, after contact, continues to work through and concentrate on the bucket. That's a credit to his body control.
The Pistons making a change here. Galloway's checked in. Free throw drops for Vucevic.
Well, we've seen Vucevic expand his offensive repertoire, guys, adding to his old school post game. He's now demonstrating perimeter shooting and playmaking ability, and that's opening some eyes.
Pass to Kennard. Three-pointer. A second chance effort, and it's sent back by Isaac.
What a wingspan Isaac has. I mean, this guy is incredible at denying shots, and he loves to do it.
Ross, that's good.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
Here's Frazier. Vucevic with the block. Here's Isaac. That shot off the mark. Griffin with some nice D. Here's Kennard. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall.
You know, you look at Isaac, and the first thing you notice, guys, is his length. This guy is really long, and that helps him on the defensive end.
And so it's Detroit, out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. Right back after this break. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. They've got Frazier. Griffin is out there with Markieff Morris. And it's Galloway in a 2-guard. That's the 5 and the 4 for the Pistons. The putback, and it's Orlando with the rebound. Here's Fultz. Clark, as you're watching a game unfold, what characteristics do you look for in a great closer?
Obviously confidence, a real eagerness to make difference-making plays late, and somebody who can create his own shot if a play breaks down. I mean, that's essential. Well, you know, he's still listed at 6'10", but when you see him standing next to teammates, guys, Jonathan Isaac is clearly taller. By the time he's done growing, he's projected to be a 7-footer or north of that. Two.
That's good from Isaac. And Isaac doesn't want that 7-footer label, something we've seen before with the guys like Garnett and Kevin Durant.
Yeah, I agree. There are a couple of things that go into that when you talk about guys not wanting to be listed at 7 feet. He grew up playing on the perimeter and still has an attachment to that part of his game. And then I think there's also the feeling if you're listed at 7 feet, you're going to get stuck inside. But even more than that, folks tend to look at you differently when you're a 7-footer because you appear to be out of the norm in a major way.
Outside Griffin. Brown finds Morris. Now here's Jackson. Pistons passing it around. There's Galloway. And here's Brown outside. But they get it back. He's looking for Griffin and finds him, and the basket is good. And the Pistons lead by 17.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
Yeah, I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Morris against Ross. Passes it to Bamba. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
Boy, good strength that time from Bamba. He's accustomed to getting bodied on the way up and still finding a way to finish.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Pistons.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Andre Drummond.
You can set a tone with defense, and that's exactly what he did with how he protected the rim.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're up by 13. 1:06 left in the fourth. A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Andre Drummond.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
He's played up to his full potential tonight, and he's been playing to the crowd, too. He loves being the star attraction, even if it doesn't happen on a regular basis. Tries again. Vucevic with the block.
Get that weak stuff out of here. You can't come weak like that against Vucevic. He's going to send it back at you.
On offense, here are the Magic. 15-point game. Fultz kicks to Isaac. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 13 feet away. Here's Vucevic. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Andre Drummond picks one up.
How about this clear example of perseverance? I mean, he's in his 8th season before he makes an All-Star game in 2019. Nikola Vucevic just stayed with it, continued to get better.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
The first free throw is good. That one misses. And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for the Detroit Pistons. And it's blocked. Here's a one-do. And a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Wood. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely